Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lynn, and thank you so much for joining me today. Excuse me. I just wanted to share some wonderful tools with you today. And excuse me for just a moment. Okay, sorry. My new furry coworker had to be let out of the room. So I'm Lynn, and thank you so much for being here with me today. I just wanted to give you some tools to help squash your ants or automatic negative thoughts during a season like this. Old patterns, or as we know them in yoga, some skaras can kind of creep in and, possibly take over your thought process. So I see some of you are joining me. Welcome. So glad that you're here. So let's just take a moment to get grounded and centered. I'd love to take this opportunity to teach you a breathing technique called Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. It's a wonderful breathing technique, or pranayama technique, that can help calm and soothe the nervous system. It balances the right and left side, right and left hemisphere of your brain, and also, of course, your body and your nervous system. So one mudra or hand gesture for this breathing technique, we always plug the left nostril first. And so I'm mirroring you. So the one mudra is, you can bring your ring finger and your pinky finger down, and then use the index in the middle to plug the left nostril, and then the thumb to plug the right, and you alternate back and forth, and I'll guide you through what that looks like. The other one is, you can take your index and middle finger, or your peace fingers, and place them on your third eye, that space just between the eyebrows. And then you can use your pinky and ring to plug the left nostril, and the thumb to plug the right. And then there's also the shaka, which, if you know me, you know that I have an aloha problem. And so you can use your pinky for the left and the thumb for the right. So choose whichever one of those works best for you. You can stand up, you can sit in a nice tall seat, or sit on the floor, whichever is most comfortable for you. So if you're sitting on the couch or sitting in a chair, I just invite you to bring your sits bones towards the edge of the chair that you're in, and let your feet be flat on the floor with a nice tall straight spine. Okay? So let's go ahead and take the mudra of the choice. Plug the left nostril, exhale out the right all the way. Inhale through the right. Switch and exhale out the left. Good. Inhale through the left. Pause and switch. Exhale out the right. Inhale through the right. Pause, switch, exhale out the left. Inhale through the left. Switch the plug, exhale out the right. Continue this wave of inhale and exhale. After each inhale, you switch the plug, and then exhale out the alternate nostril, and then inhale. Switch the plug, exhale. Good. A couple more of these deep, full body breaths as you breathe in and breathe out. Good. After the next exhale on the right nostril, release the mudra, keep the eyes closed if that's comfortable for you, and just feel. Just notice. Notice the difference. Good. And then when you're ready, you can gently float the eyes open. You might want to find a Kleenex if you're like me and your allergies are winning right now. So you can grab a Kleenex if you like. So today we're going to talk about ants, automatic negative thoughts. So we all have our own thought process, our own internal thought process that happens. And some of those are things that we made up, and some of those are stories that we accepted as our truth from society or from someone, unknowingly or knowingly giving them to us. So we all have the power and the ability within us to rewrite those programs, to reframe your thoughts, to choose a new thought pattern. And so today we're going to look at squashing your ants. Don't worry, not the little crawly ones on the ground. Your automatic negative thoughts or automatic negative thinking or automatic negative thought process, whatever that looks like for you. So you might have a thought like, maybe you have thoughts like, I'm not good enough. I can never do that. They don't like me. I'm such an idiot. Fill in the blank, right? So we talk to ourselves like that, and we wouldn't talk to anyone else like that. So why would we talk to ourselves like that? So there's lots of reasons why, but know that you have control to rewrite those thought patterns. You have the control within you to choose a different story, to take a different path. So I'm going to share some books with you at the end, and then we'll go through kind of creating an affirmation and what that looks like. Let's also create some space. We balanced our breath, and we balanced the left and the right side of our bodies, the masculine and the feminine side. So you might be having maybe some thoughts or reactions popping up. So let's just take a moment. If you're standing, stand with your feet a little bit wider apart, and then just inhale, arms up overhead. Turn the palms away, exhale, press down. And as you do this, inhale, reaching up towards Father Sky, towards the heavens, and then turn the palms away, exhale, release something, let something go, set it down. When I teach yoga, I call it taking this to the mat. Good. Exhale, release what no longer serves you. Inhale, peace. Exhale, anything you need to release. Inhale, love. Exhale, release. Last one, make it count. Inhale, reach up. Gathering all that good prana, that chi, that life force energy. Turn the palms away. Exhale, let something go. Good. And just take a moment, eyes closed or a soft gaze, and just notice what a difference that created. Just a few deep breaths, matching breath with movement there. Checking in with body, mind, and spirit. So ants, automatic negative thoughts. I can't do this. I'm not good enough. Fill in the blank, right? We all have them. So how can you begin to explore how to talk to yourself in a more loving way? The beautiful thing about this social distancing, I like to call it physical distancing, because we can still be social. We can still connect with one another. We can still call, we can FaceTime, Skype, text, all those things. So physical distancing, gives us an opportunity to be at home more, and to also tap into what our true nature is and what we truly want and how we truly want to show up in this world. So one way that we can do that is turn our negatives into positives. And so life isn't always sunshine and rainbows. And if we make a choice, a conscious decision to use different words, our body's listening. Our subconscious is listening. And so if you make that conscious decision to choose to say, I can do this instead of I can't do this, turn your can'ts into cans, it creates a different story for you. It creates a different outcome. So energy follows thought. And there's unconscious thought patterns that are happening in the back of our mind often. I mean, we have, I don't even know what the statistic is, but it's like some crazy amount of thoughts per day that happen. So listen, start to tap into what those automatic negative thoughts are for you. And how can you choose a different way to say it? For example, I live with several autoimmune challenges, but notice I said I live with, not I have. So there's a big difference in that. And, you know, choosing to be positive is definitely not natural. Negative is natural, positive is on purpose. So when we take an automatic negative thought, it could be around a certain situation. Say it's, I can't do this. So then we flip it and write an affirmation or a mantra that will allow you to know that you can. And when we write our mantras or affirmations, we want it to be in positive current tense. So avoid the ing words, because that we want it to be like it's happening right now. So I am a powerful force of love and light, or I say yes to having my life work all the time. I say yes to a career that pays me more money than I can spend. You know, some of you are without a job right now. So what is it that you truly want to manifest and attract to your life? Get really clear on that during this season. Some other mantras or affirmations. I am safe and let life flow joyously. I am willing and able to receive abundance. You know, those are just some examples. I easily flow with new experiences, new directions, and new changes. Ooh, that's a good one for right now, because we're all having to let it flow. You know, it's a interesting time that we're in right now. And it's a beautiful opportunity, or as Casey Miller, our founder of Southwest Institute of Healing Arts, says, it's a blessing. That is a blessing plus a lesson. So what are the blessings in this for you? For me personally, I've noticed that it seems like, you know, humanity is having an opportunity to reset itself, to reboot itself. There's so many good things happening, and people are connecting with another. And so you are resilient. You are more resilient than you can ever imagine. And so when you're resilient, you can bounce back easily. When you're resilient, you choose to intentionally focus on the positive so that you can then bounce back and be as lively as ever when we come out on the other side of this. This is a beautiful opportunity to practice self-care. So take those Epsom salt baths, take a nap. Sleeping is self-care too. You know, take a sanity walk around the block, and start to explore how can you rewrite those thought patterns as you begin to do some mindfulness things, like maybe taking some deep breaths while you brush your teeth, you know, a sanity walk around the block. You know, start to listen and tap in and listen to what those thoughts are. Maybe you might already know what they are, but just listen to those thoughts. And an exercise that I did recently, in recent years at a women's empowerment event, Spirit just brought this to me, so I'm going to share it because somebody needs to hear it. But we got in a space of love, and we sat down with a piece of paper and a pen, and we wrote ourselves like an affirmation or a love note, basically. So when I did it, I imagined that I was talking to my best friend. You know, you are your longest relationship, so you better make it a good one, right? And so what does that look like? So we sat down, we had music on in the background, and we had pen and a paper, and I just let it flow. And I just imagined that I was affirming and talking to my best friend and just telling her how amazing she was and all the things that I loved about her. And most of the things that I wrote down had nothing to do with appearance. It was all like characteristics and qualities and things like that. And so maybe that's an exercise that you can do for yourself during this time, and you can either time capsule it or you can give it to a family member or a friend and ask them to mail it. And that's what they did for us. We wrote this letter to ourselves, we put it in an envelope, we addressed it to ourselves, they put a stamp on it. And by the time we had forgotten that we'd even wrote that letter to ourselves, it showed up in the mail. And that was a very powerful exercise for me. So maybe that might work for you. This is an invitation. And again, reframing your thoughts. So how can you take that negative thought and turn it into a can? How can you take the can't and make it a can? So even if you're focusing on healing, whatever your intention is during this season, you know, I allow my body to create a profound healing shift right now. That's an affirmation that we use in Yoga Nidra, which we have an amazing program for that. It's one of my favorite modalities. It's also a beautiful way to rewrite your subconscious thoughts and to help build healthier habits. So Yoga Nidra and also hypnotherapy, and both of those modalities can be done virtually. So we have guidanceoncall.com is a great way to get connected with some of our great graduates, and you can experience some of those modalities, whether it's on the phone or virtually through Zoom or some sort of app like that. So that's just another idea. We also have life coaches available, guidanceoncall.com. And that's a beautiful way that you can, you know, start to practice some self-love and self-care during this time. And one download that I got the other day was, you know, this season we're all at home. And so we're at home a lot more. If you're still having to go to work, you know, you're at home when you're not at work. And so this time is inviting us to go home, to go inward, to seek what our inner knowing is, to seek what we truly want in our life, and to seek how we truly would like to show up. And so HOME came to me as an acronym. So the H is for honor your process. Honor your process. There's a lot of heavy things going on right now. So what are ways that you can honor your process? Is that letting yourself grieve and cry? And, you know, there's people that aren't able to have graduations and things like that right now. Weddings, funerals, you name it. We thrive on community and we heal when we're in community. So honor your process. If that means picking up the phone and calling a friend and saying, hey, I really need your support, honor your process and allow yourself to be vulnerable. Maybe your process is download, you know, listen to Yoga Nidra on your phone whenever you're feeling a certain kind of way. And then the O is for own your part. Who can you help? Who can you connect with? Who can you reach out to? Own your part. What is your part in all of this? And the M is move the energy, move your body. Whether that's, you know, like I said, a sanity walk, going around the block. You can do some easy polarity moves. You can do the arm exercise like we did. One of my favorite polarity moves is heaven and earth. And you bend your knees and you reach down towards the earth, and then you bend the knees again when you get to the heart and press the arms up towards the sky. And then you bend the knees and reach up towards the heaven, and then bring all of that energy down in towards your heart and all the way down towards the root, towards your hips at the bottom. So move the energy, move your body, whether that's yoga, whether that's going for a walk, whether that's fill in the blank. But, you know, you can go out and go hiking, but make sure that you are practicing, you know, 6 feet apart. So move the energy. The E is for experience your emotions. There's lots of things that are coming up for everybody right now. And so maybe this is a great time for you to tune into the soma, your body, somatic psychology, your body. What is your body trying to tell you? Where do you feel anger in your body? Where do you feel grief? Where do you feel joy? Where do you feel sadness? Where do you feel fill in the blank? And how can you allow those emotions to move through as well? So home. This season invites us to go home. We're at home, and be in your home. Be in your body. Be with yourself. So the H, honor your process. O, own your part. Who can you help? Who can you reach out to? Who can you connect with? M, move the energy, move your body. And E, experience your emotions. You have to feel it to heal it, right? So those are just some tips that I invite you to practice during this season. You can practice that Nadi Shodhana breath. Anytime you might be feeling anxious, it can really help balance. You can even take lavender and put it with some sea salt in a tiny little glass and switch it back and forth in front of your nostril. And this can help you, drift off to sleep more at night. So you can do about 10 cycles of that breathing pattern with the lavender. And one cycle would be inhale and exhale. So one full inhale back and forth and exhale back. So start on the right, end on the right. 10 of those. Hopefully this has been helpful, encouraged you. Know that we're here for you. Connect, guidanceoncall.com. Check us out, SWIHA.edu. Southwest Institute of Healing Arts, we're accredited. We are nationally known, and we offer online schooling as well as some fabulous training programs on campus. So check us out, and you can connect with an admissions coach. In the description, there is information about it. And I wanted to share some resources. I know that they're going to be backwards, but also, since we are home, reading is a beautiful way to spend your time and to have an escape mentally, emotionally. So on the topic of reframing your ants, this one is by Jennifer Rothschild. It's called Me, Myself, and Lies. Sorry, it's backwards. So Me, Myself, and Lies. A beautiful book about living in your purpose and living a long, happy life. Is called Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Happy Life. And that's by Hector Garcia and Francesc Miralles. And then this one is actually something that we use in one of our classes. It's called The Upside of Stress. And it's Why Stress is Good for You and How to Get Good at It by Kelly McGonigal. And you think like, what? Stress is good for me? Say what? Society says different. But this is a powerful book that helps you learn that, when your body is going into certain ways, when your nervous system is reacting to what's happening around you, it's merely your body just trying to protect you. And so that really helped me with my anxiety to know, like, oh, my body's preparing me for exactly what I'm about to go through. I'm perfectly equipped for this. So again, that's an affirmation. Instead of, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a panic attack. It's like, oh, my body's preparing me for whatever's coming. So The Upside of Stress by Kelly McGonigal is a wonderful book that can help you focus on your resiliency and just lean into how resilient you truly are. And then good old Louise Hay, gotta love Louise Hay. You Can Heal Your Life. And she's big on affirmations too. So how can you, just to recap, how can you reframe your automatic thinking? How can you create healthy, I am, in the moment, present tense affirmations for yourself? And how can you choose your words wisely and remember to come home? Honor your process. O is own your part. Who can you help? Who can you connect to? M is move the energy, move your body. And E is experience your emotions. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. I really appreciate you joining me today. We will be having live videos here for some encouragement. Most of them are 10 or 10:30 Arizona time, and you can join us. And then also over at Spirit of Yoga, which is our yoga teacher training facility, we are offering virtual classes. So check out their social media page for some free classes, or go watch the replay. Join me, yours truly, Friday morning for some backyard gentle hatha yoga for everybody and everybody. At 9 o'clock on Friday, I'll be offering that. So again, we're SWIHA, and our mission is to touch lives, heal bodies, and free souls. Have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much. Namaste and aloha.